Deep within the unforgiving mountains, a dark malevolence stirred. The air grew pregnant with unease as a group of vile creatures emerged from the shadows. These were not ordinary trolls, they were the abhorrent spawn of nightmares, known as the Falterghasts. Unlike their brethren who, albeit menacing, had a semblance of order to their existence, the Falterghasts reveled in destruction and chaos. They loathed the presence of humans and sought to bring despair upon their kind. Their twisted forms were a grotesque amalgamation of rotting flesh and gnarled bones, their eyes sunken and empty, devoid of humanity, led by their savage leader, Gloomstrider. The Falterghasts surged forth with an insatiable appetite for destruction. Their hideous claws tore through the humble homes that dotted the mountainside, splintering wood and shattering glass. They reveled in the screams of terror that echoed through the night, a symphony of horror that fueled their sadistic desires. Their rampage continued undeterred, flitting from one village to the next, leaving only a trail of desolation and despair in their wake. No house remained standing, no possession left unspoiled. Their insidious laughter echoed through the valleys, filling the hearts of survivors with a chilling dread, driven by an insidious yearning for the macabre. The Falterghasts adorned the walls of their caves with the skulls of their victims. It was a grisly display, a grotesque tapestry of death and suffering that they took perverse pleasure in showcasing. Each skull told a story of lost lives and shattered dreams, a theatric display of the fate that awaited those who crossed their path. Soon, the mountains wept with sorrow. The once vibrant villages became ghost towns, reduced to nothing more than remnants of a forgotten existence. Families who once shared laughter and love huddled in makeshift shelters, clutching their loved ones tightly as whispers of the terror beyond their refuge reached their ears. In the darkness of the mountain caves, Gloomstrider reveled in his dominance. The walls, adorned with the horrific display of his victims, served as a testament to his cruel reign. His malevolent presence permeated every corner of the once thriving mountains, instilling fear in the hearts of both human and troll alike. Many brave souls sought to challenge Gloomstrider and his horde, their hearts aflame with the desire to reclaim what was once theirs. But each valiant effort was met with ruthless disdain, their courage quelled and stolen away by the relentless onslaught of the Falterghasts. The scattered survivors, left to wander a desolate landscape, knew that hope was a fragile ember amidst the eternal night. The Falterghasts remained in the mountains, still guarding their acquired wealth and the gruesome trophies adorning their walls. As the years wore on and the mountains became synonymous with darkness and despair, the Falterghasts remained insatiable in their lust for destruction, fueled by a sadistic pleasure that seemed to know no bounds. They continued their merciless rampage, reducing more houses to ruin and taking all wealth they could find. No village or hamlet was safe from their malevolent grasp. They prowled through the land like vengeful shadows, breaking down doorways and ransacking homes with abandon. The once peaceful towns absorbed the weight of their ruthless assaults, crumbled remnants serving as constant reminders of the Falterghasts' grotesque desires. Their target was not solely the physical structures, it was the souls of the people who dared to stand in their way. They reveled in the devastation they wrought, basking in the fear and anguish that lingered in the air. Their nightmarish laughter echoed through the ravaged streets, leaving survivors trembling with terror, driven by an insidious hunger for chaos. The Falterghasts grew more brazen with each passing day, no longer content with the walls of their caves adorned with only skulls. They expanded their macabre gallery. Human limbs were arranged in haunting displays, their grotesque compositions meant to taunt the very essence of humanity. The people who had survived the initial onslaught lived in perpetual fear. Never knowing when their homes would be targeted next, families huddled together, barricading themselves as best they could as the storm of destruction raged outside their doors. Those who fell victim to the Faltergests joined the cold, airy ornamentation that now adorned their cavernous abodes. Attempts to resist their relentless onslaught were met with ferocious retaliation. The Faltergests reveled in spilling blood, relishing the wails of agony that echoed through the mountains. The more homes they destroyed, the stronger their insidious pleasure grew. They had become creatures devoid of all empathy, forsaking their humanity in exchange for an eternal descent into madness. Legends spread like, cautioning against venturing into the heart of the mountains. The very name Faltergests became a whispered curse, a reminder of the horrors that awaited those foolish enough to challenge their reign of terror. The once vibrant towns now lay in desolation, ghost towns haunted by the remnants of shattered lives. The Faltergests continued their destructive hunt. Driven by dark urges that could never be satisfied, they reveled in the chaos, their monstrous forms blotting out any glimmer of hope that dared to flicker within the depths of the human spirit. The mountains, once a majestic sanctuary, had become a festering pit of torment, forever scarred by the presence of the maniacal troll humanoids and their unquenchable appetite for destruction.